I'm here with Clint Crowe here at HostCon. I want to talk about what we're starting to do in multifamily to where we're driving revenue in multifamily with short-term and medium-term rentals. We've done this on actually 2 of our properties now, a big 65 unit. We turned 6 units. Actually, we're up to 8 units in that building. We've converted into medium-term rentals, already seeing a lot of demand. We actually bought our latest asset in Evanston, Wyoming, down close to Salt Lake City, 45 units. We made 5 of those into short-term rentals, and we're really expecting to really drive our revenue. But I'm curious, we've talked about this idea before. What have you guys been doing on this platform?
Yeah, so similar, man. We love it. So we like the stability of long-term rentals, but we like the juicier returns of the short-term rentals. So if you can do a blend of both, why not, right? It's more attractive for investors as well. So if you're trying to offload a property or to raise money for it, the stability, like I said, of the long-term stuff is really attractive, especially for risk-averse people that are investing in 65 units is a small venture, right? Yeah.
How do you decide how many are going to be short-term, how many medium-term, how many long-term?
It's a great question. Our favorite saying is crawl, walk, run. So we usually start small. So do a couple, see if there's demand. 65, you can easily do 10% of those. And if they're filling up and you like the occupancy levels, keep going. Do a few more, let it trickle in. And you can always come back to long-term, right? But you don't want to evict to do more short-term. So,
absolutely. Yeah. We've talked about too, like when it comes to the evaluation and the exit. Well, at a minimum, you're going to get increased cash flow, right? But what have you guys started to calculate, or do you guys build that into your pro formas, or how do you guys think about that?
We do. It's tough because institutional investors don't really see short-term rentals as a stabilized asset class quite yet.
Yep.
They are starting to. You're starting to see your Goldman Sachs and your big Fortune 100 companies buying up residential real estate in the short-term sense, but they still don't really value it the same way that they would a long-term stabilized apartment complex. So that's kind of why, again, we've landed on the middle, where a blended rate is good, but we can definitely apply a cap rate calculation to short-term rentals when they're grouped together or when they're in a building like that. So long answer to yes, we do incorporate it into our pro forma.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, we've done similar things. So we brought, like on my last 45 unit, when I was raising money for it, I kind of ran 3 different scenarios, right? I had my base case, my kind of stretch, and then I called my last one my SDR case, where I basically said, hey, we're going to take, like you said, roughly 10% of these, we're going to go make them shorter, medium terms, and here's what the cash flow looks like, and here's potentially what the exit looks like. And it gets investors excited. Are you seeing that?
Absolutely. Yeah. We can say, look, we've got 65 units that long-term rent for X amount of dollars, but we can turn 10 of those into short-term rentals that juice the return. And in a worst case scenario, you can go back to that baseline of long-term rent. Then you can sneak a couple of extra points out of the deal, definitely.
Yeah, I like talking about juicing it up, or just, to me, it's icing on the cake, right? I'm getting my investor excited about, hey, here's the pro forma based on long-term, but if we go do this, and then the cool thing is when you start to do it and you start to show them the numbers and the increased cash flows, I don't know, as a capital raiser, it's making a huge difference.
Absolutely, investors love it. Long-term rentals, I don't want to say they're boring, but they're just kind of tired, and short-term rentals fun, sexy, dare I say. So it's a lot easier to raise money, at least on our end, when you bring short-term rentals in. And part of that's because of the returns. The return profile is so much better, but also it's a little more fun. It's a little different. It's fun to shake it up.
I'm with you. Well, me and Clint talk about this all the time, but I wanted to capture this for you guys to show you this really cool concept to, again, how we're driving revenue in our multifamilies to ultimately create more value for our companies and for our limited partners.
How